This is a demonstration video for Notable, a web application for taking time-stamped multimedia notes online. We will be showcasing the various application features, as well as providing commentary on the final outcomes of this project.
The first thing any of our users are going to have to do is make a new account, so let's see how that works. On the landing page for the application, they'll be given this button, Register a New Account. When they click on that, they'll be redirected to this page, which gives them a few different fields, a register button, and an option to go back if they already had an account in here by mistake. So let's make an account for myself. It then redirects you back to the login page, just to make sure that you know your username and password. And there you go. You've created an account, it's saved in the database. You can log out, log back in again. And there you go. For this next section, I'll have to be logged in as an administrator, so I'll do that using the default admin account we've already set up. That's just username admin and password admin. As you can see, once I've logged in as this account, there's an extra tab in the sidebar here labeled Console. When you click on that, you're redirected to this page, which gives you a list of all the different users as well as some metadata associated with each of them. This doesn't technically provide any new features over what we could already do with PSQL or any other command line tool or SQL management software, but I think you'll agree it's much more convenient to have this page available so that you can see all of the users in front of you and have a graphical user interface for editing, deleting, etc. For instance, this user here with username user has this admin box ticked, and that seems clearly incorrect. So I'll go in here, double click this to make it editable, unselect it, and click out, and that will save the fact that this user is not an admin to the database and everything. I can also, from here, select a user, like myself for instance, be like, oh, this person shouldn't have an account on our app. Let's delete this account. And over in the bottom right corner, there's a delete selected users. You can select multiple as well. When you click that, the user disappears from there, and all these changes persist on the reload because they're all saved to the database. For this next section of the demo, I'll be showing you how to create a new presentation in our application. Once you've logged in, on the sidebar there'll be a little button labeled Presentations. Once you click that, you'll be taken to this screen, where you have an option to schedule a new presentation, join a pre-existing presentation that you have the ID to, or if you had already created a presentation, they would be listed down here. Let's click on the Schedule a New Presentation option. In terms of title, I'll just go with Test Presentation. I'll add a PDF file here, because in this situation, I'll be doing a live presentation. Since I'm doing this live presentation with a PDF set of slide notes, it'll give me this box down here to create a start time. It's pre-populated with the current time, which as you can tell is 9 p.m. the night that it's due. Let's change this to 9:45, I don't know. And then save and generate code. You're then taken back to the presentations page, and once the information has processed through the database, it'll show up here. For a variety of reasons, a presenter might also wish to schedule a presentation with only a video link. For example, if they've already uploaded their lecture and don't want to have to deal with the entire live side of things. We also support this use case. I'll do test presentation for the presentation title. Again. And in this case, I'll add a YouTube link. This is just a random educational YouTube video. And you'll see here it says date not required for video presentations. If you don't upload a PDF file, you don't have to submit a date because the video's going to be there forever. There's no specific start time. I'll click on Save and Generate Code as before, and then it pops up here. In some situations, a presenter might wish to edit their presentation before it starts. In this case, they can see the presentation here and click on the gear icon to go to the editing menu. Here they can change the title, for instance, add some extra exclamation marks to make it more professional, or change the PDF file. So I'll pick whatever new PDF. In this case, it's my circuits lecture from a couple years back. They could add a video link if they wanted to, or change the start time of the presentation, and then click on the Save and Update button to save that to the database. It'll then redirect you back to the presentations page and show you your saved results.
Now that we've gone over the creation of different kinds of presentation rooms, we can now start taking notes in the PDF and YouTube formats. When taking notes with a PDF as the presented media, the idea is that the viewers can attend a lecture with the notes and the document side by side. Let's go ahead and enter the code for a presentation that has not started yet. So we have just entered the session, and in plain view we can see a 2-page PDF. Using these buttons above, we are able to navigate across both pages. This is all done using the pdf.js API, and the file that the presenter uploaded from the creation page is rendered for viewers as an image. Since PDF mode is intended for real-time note-taking, taking notes before its scheduled time is prohibited, and attempts at creating notes beforehand will be blocked. Here I am in a presentation room before the presentation start time. I try to add a note, and I get a message telling me I cannot. Let's go back and jump into a session that has already started. Ignoring the fact that this is the exact same document, here we have a presentation that has not been concluded by the presenter yet. Because it is ongoing, we can take notes. Seen here on the side. Ideally, the presenter would begin their presentation at the time they provided for this session, and taking notes in this session provides timestamps relative to the start of said session. These timestamps are especially useful with a feature that will be introduced later in the video. Notes taken in PDF view also have the opened page number, indicating not only when in a presentation they are taken, but also which page the user was looking at. Alternatively, a presenter may opt to start the session by using the link to a YouTube video. Here's a room using a YouTube video. This is ideally for pre-recorded lectures or similar material. Unlike PDF mode, sessions with YouTube videos do not have a start time registered. Instead, every note taken in this mode has a timestamp created relative to the current viewed point in the video. So if I were to jump to 15 seconds in the video and write a note, the timestamp for that new note will show at 15 seconds. Same if it's unpaused for the corresponding time. But not only are these timestamps useful for telling us when in a video a note is relevant, these timestamps also bring us back to that point in the video. Using the features in the YouTube API, we are capable of jumping to all the points where these notes were sent. But YouTube's API is also capable of doing more than just normal videos. We are also able to create time-stamped notes for videos that are currently being streamed. Here we have a look at an ongoing live stream presentation. So, let's send a note. As you can see here, there is a timestamp indicating when the note was sent relative to when this live stream started, which was 11 hours and 50 minutes ago. And once this stream ends, we will also be able to jump back to that point when this stream is saved on YouTube as a normal video.
So once we have some notes, a user can choose to share their notes with the class. When they click this checkbox, share with the class right here, the class will have the ability to see all their notes, as well as the notes of other classmates who have chosen to share their notes as well. This option is turned on by default, and the user can choose to turn it off if they want to, and if they want their notes to be kept private. So here, if we look at everyone's notes, before I add in my personal notes that I want to share with the class, you can see that none of the notes I have written here, for example, when will the last human be born, this one is not currently in the everyone's notes tab. It's around 40 seconds, it's not there. So once I turn this on, I toggle it on. Now you can see all of the notes. It's a lot longer. I have all of my added notes here and everyone can see it. As a presenter, if I want to see all the notes that a user has written in my presentation, it can easily be accessed right here. So currently in my math class presentation, there are no viewers because none of my students have joined. So let's suppose they start trickling in, and you will be able to see them in a list at the very top. And I will have my students join right here. So this would also be a student. Okay. So once the students have joined, let's say I ask the class to answer the first question, which of the fractions is greater, and the students start putting in their answers. So I can see them in real time putting in their notes. This can be used as just a note-taking, or I can gather answers from the class this way. And let's say this student puts in 1/4 and they realize, oh no, this is so embarrassing, I got it wrong. They don't want to share it with the class anymore, but they don't want to delete it either because mistakes are crucial for learning. Instead, just unclick it. They don't share it with the class. Nobody sees they got the wrong answer. And that's basically how share with the class function works. You can share it with the class where the presenter will see it and also where everyone else in the class will see it.
Alright, so I am logged in with Johnny here, who is a professor, who has a bunch of lectures here. Lecture 14 here has been going on for a while, and he wants to end it. Lecture 14, who this student is currently in, is a PDF note currently, and he has some new notes in it, and we can write a new one. New note. So this is quite a long presentation. It's been going on for 7 hours. So now we can end it. So Johnny can join here. He can see the notes here. End presentation. Presentation has been ended. Gets redirected here. Alright, so now that this is loaded up, you can see there's a new button here that's only shown for ended PDF lectures. So let's say this is the YouTube link that Johnny has just posted to the presentation that he just hosted. So we can link it here. Okay. Presentation note changed. So now let's go into Jeff over here, who is a student. Refresh this, and we can see that it has been changed to a YouTube link. So let's pretend that this is Johnny's lecture that he posted. So now can still see his past notes, and they have the exact same times as they had before. So they still work. This is not a 7-hour long video, so clicking the 7-hour long timestamp will jump ahead too long. But we can also add new ones, like wow, meat. And that will add a new timestamp in the video.
In the instance that a presenter wishes to delete a presentation that they've previously scheduled, they can simply navigate to the presentations page and delete it by clicking the trash bin icon, like so. Note that a presentation can only be deleted before it is started. Similarly, if the user wishes to clean up their My Notes section, they can do so by clicking on the trash bin icon on the note they wish to delete, like so. In terms of Notable's competitive advantage within this landscape, the app has the potential to fill an untouched niche for presentation tools with the functionality it provides within a single app. Currently, there are ways of achieving Notable's functionality by navigation between a multitude of apps, such as a combination of perhaps Zoom, PowerPoint, and pen and paper, or maybe OneNote. Methods such as this can be at times cumbersome, but with Notable, the desired functions from all three of these applications can be localized into one easy-to-use program, taking away all the inconveniences of multi-app navigation. Some features that we'd like to implement in the future include the ability for presenters to view all of their past presentations along with said presentation's details, a page where users can view upcoming presentations that they'll be attending, and perhaps a note-taking feature more geared towards personal use. At the moment, users can only take notes from a presentation instantiated by another user. We would like to implement a feature that allows users to create their own instantiation of a note-taking page where they have power over all of their choices, such as a PDF or video link that they would like to view.
This concludes the demonstration video for the Notable application. Please be sure to check out the web app located at the web address provided in the Iteration 3 submission file. Thank you for watching.